Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Is somebody ready to do a presentation? Can they go first? I can't. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jaya Prabhupada. Hariva, yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming to the evening program. We have our first presentation of the Yatra. I strategically chose this presentation because they are the most well prepared. So, Radha Prabhu, would you like to introduce your topic?
Oh, sorry. It's shedding like crazy.
Wait.
But they have to sacrifice japa, right? Can't go to the school for sure. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So group 6. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Ram. I'm Ram.
Krishna, I'm ready.
Hare Krishna, I'm Adri Raj.
Hare Krishna, I'm Giridhari and I represent anger and Lord Chaitanya. Say what you represent. Say what you represent.
I represent illusion and lust.
Oh, I'm playing envy.
I'm playing madness.
And I represent fear. And and well, I'll let Raghav explain what our drama is about.
Yes, I'm Raghav. I'm playing Kali Yuga. And so our drama is basically like the reaction that Kali has as Lord Chaitanya moves throughout South India. And as he's transforming the hearts of various people. This is essentially, it's fictional, but it's a reaction. The drama is about the reaction that Kali has to Lord Chaitanya's movement. And we also have a map here. We'll open the map. Other interesting
Very good!
in South India.
This was made by Adri Raj before Yatra.
This map is pretty linear in that we start at Kurukshetra, and then we go all the way down and come up in U, and we come back around to Dandakaranya. But we'll be using the map during our performance, so you guys will see that. Everyone ready?
Kali Yuga ki jai! Jai! Kali Yuga ki jai!
Jai!
Kali Yuga ki jai! My lord, I've seen something so horrible. I'm so afraid. I went to this village in South India, Kurmakshetra. And there I saw everyone chanting Hare Krishna. I was so afraid I started running away. I saw a gold-complexioned man. He was so powerful. He was literally glowing. He was getting everyone to chant Hare Krishna. He even turned a leper into a beautiful person.
Why are you so afraid? It's just one village, probably just some random sadhu. Madness. Go investigate.
He was crazy, dancing, crying like a madman, randomly fainting. I couldn't even talk to him. Worse, he's turning all the people around him crazy.
What was this?
First it was that Jidas Narasimha, he seriously was mad. He was offering prayers to a stone lion, then followed him to Gohuru.
No worries. Last time we conquered India with Buddhism. Illusion. Please send the Buddhists.
He defeated the Buddhists and he converted them to his side.
What? How is this possible? This is my yoga. Everyone. Please brainstorm. Where is he now?
He's headed to Sri Rangam.
The rainy season will stop him for a while. Meanwhile, we should plot how to stop this menace.
More bad news. Chaitanya has become a celebrity in Sri Rangam. All the brahmanas are coming to see him. They're all chanting Hare Krishna now too.
Oh, God.
We just went to Madurai and Rameshwara after the rainy season. Everyone there is now full of Krishna.
Where is that? Aren't there a bunch of Shivites still? Didn't you do anything? What do I pay you for?
I couldn't do anything. He's too powerful. I couldn't even go near him. He has practically conquered the entire East Coast.
Supposed to be Kali Yuga. This is my time. Who is this guy?
I'll smash into thieves. Who is this guy and where is he headed next?
I can try something else. What we need is a madman to take down another madman.
Both of you, shut up. We have a servant, right? I'll capture his servant in my grasp. That is sure to make him angry. And then he'll become one of ours.
Why all this scheming? All this smashing myself?
Enough, all of you. Lust, you enact your plan. If it fails, if we cannot convert it to our side, then anger. You finish him.
Where is he going next?
He'll be at Vetapani.
used the Bhadraharis to capture his servant. He was completely unfazed and came to rescue him. Then, when anger made the Bhadraharis violently attack him, all their weapons turned against them. Even Anger himself was injured.
What the hell? Are you guys my servants or just some imposters? Useless, every last one of you!
My lord, more bad news. At this rate, we'll lose all of South India in just a few months.
You're supposed to create fear, not be afraid yourself. Go find out what he's doing. Surely we can do something.
Do I have to? It's almost like he's God himself.
Just go.
It looks like he's going to head up north now, which means he'll come to Udupi, the land of the Tattvavadis. If we can pit them against each other, I can then enter and take them all out. And the Tattvavadis, they're very strong philosophically. There's a chance they may even take him out themselves.
My lord, he's currently at Ananta Padmanabha. He just visited Adi Keshava and the Payasinvi River, and he took a very important book called the Brahma...
I don't care about the book. Where is he going next?
My lord, he's going to Udupi. He's going to Udupi.
Do it. Tell me, were you successful?
I tried, but he couldn't be bested in the philosophy. I couldn't even influence a fight.
Will I lose South India? Perhaps the whole world like this? Oh Lord, what happened? This is my age. Who is this dude wrecking my entire agenda?
Not all hope is lost, sir. This whole trip started because he was looking for his brother, but his brother left his body in Pandharpur. If we conveyed that message to him, I'm sure he'll completely be disheartened and stop.
Try it.
I'm sorry, sir. He's invincible and he took it well, almost like he already knew or something.
My dear Lord Vishnu, you are the one who has granted me this position. What is going on?
Sir, more bad news from Dandakaranya. He sent 7 trees to Vaikuntha, and the people are saying he's the Supreme Lord.
7 trees to Vaikuntha? Only the Supreme Lord could possibly do that. Perhaps he really is the Supreme Lord.
Hare Krishna Kali.
It's you!
Haribo!
Have no fear. Not every Kali Yuga has the opportunity to serve in this way. This Kali Yuga will be the greatest upon the Kali Yugas in the day of Brahma. Great sages and demigods wish to take birth in this age. So rejoice, for you have an opportunity like no other.
Thank you, Lord. We didn't have much time, but we somehow or the other, by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we managed to do it.
Thank you so much to Adri Raj for making the poster and Raghav for almost single-handedly doing the whole script. He was the star of the show.
I tried to find a heavenly.
You sounded heavenly.
Go from
Which one? 229. Page 229. $229. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 Rakshama. Krishna, 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 Ahima. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshama. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Parima. Krishna Keshava, Parima. 3, 2, 1. Krishna! Ujvalavadana, Gauravada Deham, Ivasita Niravani, Bhavadi Deham. 229. All together now. Sri Bhuvana Pavana Kripayalesham Dhamvanamanicha Shri Sakshi Sanayam. Gajaram Tarabhava Visaram Lujanakar Jandanada Vishanam Baba Baya Bajana Karana Karanam Dhammanamani Sati Sati Anayam Aranam Daradara Sapolam Hindu Vinindita Rakachaya Ruchiram Jatita Nijaguna Nama Vinodam Samkaramani Sati Satitanaya Vigalitanaya Kala Jala Saranavarasahavavitaya Katyati Mantara Nityanivasam Tamsanamani Chasi Sachitanaya Chanchala Charu Chakra Gati Ruchiram Manjiran Jita Parajita Madhuram Chandra Venindita Shitala Varanam Tamsanamani Chasi Sachitanayam Tora Kalugandham Divyakalevara Undikamunam Durjana Kalmasha Kandana Gangam Tamsanamani Chasi Sachitanayam Kushara Vimuraja Lakamalitam Kamita Vindara Vara Vichiram Malayaja Virachita Ujala Kilakam Tamsanamani Sachi Sachitanayam Nimbita Aruna Kaladalanayana Ajanulandita Shri Bujayudaram Kadevara Kaisharana Takavesham Tamsanamani Sachi Ujjala Puravara Ilasita Niravadi Bhavadi Tribhuna Pavana Kupaya Vesham Tamsanamani Chashi Sachitanam Jai Sachitanandana Jai Sachitanandana Jai Sachitanandana Jaya Gauda Hari Jai Sachitanandana Jaya Sachitanandana Jai Sachitanandana Jai Gauda Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gauda Hari Bol His super excellent spiritual body is a brilliant color. He is incessantly churned by sublime transcendental ecstasies. A fraction of his mercy is able to deliver all the three worlds. Unto that son of Sri Shati Devi I bow. Within himself there are transformations of ecstasy, such as faltering of the voice. The mighty sound of his voice chastises wicked men. His mercy dispels all fears caused by worldly existence. And to that son of Sri Shati Devi I bow. He wears garments the color of the rising sun. His cheeks are very captivating. His brilliant fingernails surpass the beauty and radiance of the moon. He takes delight in uttering the glories of his own transcendental qualities and holy name. And to that son of Sri Shati Devi I bow. Streams of excellent tears flow from his lotus eyes. He is ornamented with transformations of ecstasy caused by ever new loving mellows. His pastimes of dancing exhibit very slow and graceful movements. And to that son of Sri Shati Devi I bow. The nimble movements of his beautiful dancing feet are very pleasing. Those 2 feet are sweetened by tinkling ankle bells. His soothing face surpasses the cooling rays of the moon. Unto that son of Sri Shati Devi I bow. He sometimes wears the loincloth of a mendicant and takes up the staff and water pot of a sannyasi monk. His transcendental body is then graced by a shaven head. His chastisement breaks apart and destroys the sins of wicked souls. And to that son of Sri Shati Devi I bow. As a householder, his face is surrounded by locks of dark hair, decorated with the dust of the earth. His excellent lips, which are red like the bimba fruit, are beautified by their trembling in ecstasy. Upon his forehead he wears brilliant tilak made of sandalwood paste. Unto that son of Sri Shachi Devi I bow. The glowing beauty of his lotus petal eyes exceeds that of the rising sun. His two beautiful arms extend down to his knees. His divine body is dressed in the fashion of an adolescent dramatic dancer. And to that son of Sri Sachi Devi I bow. Sri Sachinanda Ashtakam ki jai, Kali Ashtakam ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Namo Namo Tulsi Krishna Preyasi. Namo Namo Tulsi Krishna Preyasi. Everybody. Radha Krishna Ye Tomara Sharana Lord, Dharavansha Purna Kripa Gauri Koro Hare Vrindavana. Tulsi Krishna Preyasi. Namo Namo
Morae Abilash Vilas Kunjari Omas
Morae Avilash Vilas Kunjari Omas
Nayana Haribo Sada Jugala Ruparasi
Nayane Haribo Sada Yugala Tulsi Krishna Preyasi. Namo
Krishna das Gaur Erna Mora
Dina Krishna das Gaur Erna Mora
Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayana Bhakti
Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayana
Tulsi Krishna Terasi Namo
Tulsi Krishna Terasi Namo Namo Yani Kani Chapapani Rama Hatyadikani Tani Tani Pranashanti Pradakshina Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tulsi Maharani ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Should we do our chant? What page is it? 238. We're right in the neighborhood. Here we go. Arjunuvacha Mad Anugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samjatam Yat Tvayoktam Pachastena Mohoyam Vigato Mama Bhavapya Hi Bhutanam Shuta Vistara Shomaya Twata Kamala Prataksha Mahatyam Apichavyayam Evam Etad Yatakta Tvam Atmanam Parameshvara Drashtumishchami Te Rupam Aishvaram Purushottama Manyase Yadi Tachchakyam Maya Drashtum Iti Prabho Yogeshvara Tato Me Tvam Darshayatmanam Avyayam Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asya me Partha Rupani Satashota Sahasrashaha Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha Pashyadityan Vasum Rudran Ashvinao Marutastata Bahunya Drishta Purvani Pashyastyachkami Bharata Ihaikastam Jagat Kritsnam Pashyadya Sacharacharam Mama Dehe Gudakesha Yachchanya Drashtum Ichchasi Natumam Shakshyase Drashtum Anenaiva Swachakshusha Divyam Dadami Te Chakshu Pashyame Yogamaishvaram Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Mutva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshvaro Harihi Darshayama Saparthaya Paramam Rupam Aishvaram Aneka Vaktra Nayanam Aneka Bhuta Darshanam Aneka Divya Bharanam Divya Neko Yutayudam Divya Malyam Bharataram Divya Gandhanulepanam Sarvascharya Mayam Devam Anantam Vishvatomukam Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yuga Padutita Yadi Vasas Vishisasya Vasas Tasya Mahatmanaha Tatraikastam Jagat Kritsnam Pravi Bhaktam Anekada Apashya Deva Devasya Sharire Bandavastata Tata Savismaya Vishto Rishta Roma Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasa Devam Kritanjali Abhashata Arjuna Uvacha Ashyami Devam Stava Deva Dehe Sarvam Stata Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan Pramanamisham Kamalasanastam Rishimsta Sarvan Urgamsta Divyam Aneka Bahu Dharavatra Netram Pashyami Tvam Sarvato Nantarupam Nantam Namadhyam Napunastavadhyam Pashyami Vishveshvara Vishvarupam Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rashim Sarvato Diptimantam Pashyami Tam Durlikshiram Samantad Diktana Larka Dyutima Prameyam Tamaksharam Paramam Vedittavyam Tam Asya Vishvasya Param Nidhanam Tam Avyaya Shashvata Dharma Gopta Sanatanastam Purusho Matome Anadimandyam Tam Ananta Viryam Ananta Bahum Shashi Surya Netram Pashyami Tam Dikta Hutasha Vaktram Swatejasa Vishvamidam Tapantam Vayapyativyoridam hi Vyaptam Tvayaikena Dishasta Sarva Trishvadbhutam Rupam Ugram Tavedam Lokatrayam Prabhyatitam Mahatman Alihi Tvam Sura Sangha Vishanti Kechit Vita Pranjalayo Grananti Swasti Krupva Maharshi Siddha Sangha stuvanti tvam stutivi pushkalati. Rudradrityavasavo ye cha sadhya Vishveshvinau marutaschoshmavascha Gandharva yaksha surasidha sangha Vikshanti tvam vismitaschaiva sarve. 247. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. A lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity, and have realized your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine and multicolored forms. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashvini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold it once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non-moving, is here completely in one place. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Sanjaya said, O king, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all-expanding. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of that Supreme Person in that universal form. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine servants. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible, and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Although you are one, you are spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Satyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Ashvis, the Maruds, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Suras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Nadia Govine Nityananda Mahajana Pataya Chinam Hap Jivarakaran Sharavan Jan Hai Sharavan Jan Hai Sharavan Jan Hai Sharavan Jan Hai Prabhurat Nai Bhai Magi Dika Krishna Mata Krishna Vita Krishna Dhanata Aparada Krishna Lord Krishna Hoy Aparada Krishna Hoy Lord Krishna Krishna Mata Krishna the way Bo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Guru Krishna Sita Bhajo Krishna just chant Krishna Pradashina Loha Krishna Krishna Mata Krishna Pita Krishna Dhanata Jivadoya Krishna Sarvadhamasa Jivadoya Krishna What? Sarve Sare Anacha Krishnera Samsara Kori Chari Anyacha Now what? Jive Joya Krishna Nam Sarvadharma Narya Jodhine Nityananda Mahajan Narya Nazare Nitai 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 Gaire Nitai Gor Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gor Hari Bo Daigor Premanande. I'm going to read to you tonight from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And I'm reading from the Madhya Lila, as you might expect. But tonight, I'm going to read from chapter number 8. And it starts like this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gauranga, is the ocean of all conclusive knowledge and devotional service. He empowered Sri Ramananda Roy, who might be likened to a cloud of devotional service. This cloud was filled with the water of all the conclusive purports of devotional service and was empowered by the ocean to spread this water over the sea of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Thus the ocean of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. According to his previous program, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went forward on his tour and after some days arrived at the place of pilgrimage known as Jiyada Nisringa. Do you remember what happened at Jiyada Nisringa? Have you ever been there?
Yes.
When?
Yesterday.
Seems just like yesterday. I'm going to text number 9. The next morning in great ecstasy, this is post Jiyada Nisringa, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started on his tour with no knowledge of the proper direction. And he continued the whole day and night. As previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converted to Vaishnavism many people he met on the road. After some days, the Lord reached the banks of the river Godavari. When he saw the river Godavari, the Lord remembered the river Jamuna. And when he saw the forest on the banks of the river, he remembered Sri Ram in this forest. The Lord crossed the river and took his bath on the other bank. After bathing in that river, the Lord walked a little distance from the bathing place and engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna. At that time, accompanied by the sounds of music, Ramananda Roy came there on a palanquin to take his bath. Many brahmanas following the Vedic principles accompanied Ramananda Roy. According to the Vedic rituals, Ramananda Roy took his bath and offered oblations to his forefathers. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand that the person who had come to bathe in the river was Ramananda Roy. The Lord wanted so much to meet him that his mind immediately began running after him. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was running after him mentally, he patiently remained sitting. Ramananda Roy, seeing the wonderful sannyasi, then approached him. Srila Ramananda Roy then saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be as brilliant as 100 suns. The Lord was covered by a saffron garment. He was large in body and very strongly built, and his eyes were like lotus petals. When Ramananda Roy saw the wonderful sannyasi, he was struck with wonder. He went to him and immediately offered his respectful obeisances, falling down flat like a rod. The Lord stood up and asked Ramananda Roy to rise and chant the holy name of Krishna. Indeed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very eager to embrace him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then inquired whether he was Ramananda Roy, and he replied, "Yes, I am your low servant, and I belong to the Shudra community." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Sri Ramananda Roy very firmly. Indeed, both the master and the servant almost lost consciousness due to ecstatic love. Their natural love for each other was awakened in them both, and they embraced and fell to the ground. Purport. Srila Ramananda Roy was an incarnation of the Gopi Vishaka. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Lord Krishna himself, there was naturally an awakening of love between Vishaka and Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the combination of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, and the Gopi Vishaka is a principal Gopi assisting Srimati Radharani. Thus the natural love between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awakened, and they embraced. When they embraced each other, ecstatic symptoms, paralysis, perspiration, tears, shivering, paleness, and standing up of the bodily hairs appeared. The word Krishna came from their mouths falteringly. When the stereotyped ritualistic brahmanas who were following the Vedic principles saw this ecstatic manifestation of love, they were struck with wonder. All these brahmanas began to reflect as follows. The brahmanas thought, we can see that this sannyasi has a luster like the effulgence of Brahman, but how is it he is crying upon embracing a Shudra, a member of the fourth caste in the social order? They thought this Ramananda Roy is the governor of Madras, a highly learned and grave person, a Mahapandit, but upon touching this sannyasi, he has become restless like a madman. While the brahmanas were thinking in this way about the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw those outsiders and restrained his transcendental emotions. Purport: Ramananda Roy was intimately related to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, he can be accepted as a sajatiya, a person within the intimate circle of the Lord. The brahmanas, however, were followers of the Vedic rituals and were not able to have an intimate connection with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Consequently, they are called vijatiya loka. In other words, they were not pure devotees. One may be a highly learned brahmana, but if he is not a pure devotee, he is a vijatiya, an outcast, one outside devotional service. In other words, a non-devotee. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy were embracing in ecstasy, the Lord restrained his transcendental emotions upon seeing the outsider brahmanas. When they regained their sanity, they both sat down, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled and began to speak as follows. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya spoke of your good qualities, and he made a great endeavor to convince me to meet you. Indeed, I have come here just to meet you. It is very good that even without making an effort, I've gotten your interview here. Ramananda Roy replied, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks of me as his servant. Even in my absence, he is very careful to do me good. By his mercy, I have received your interview here. Consequently, I consider that today I have become a successful human being. I can see that you have bestowed special mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Therefore, you have touched me, although I am untouchable. This is due only to his love for you. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan himself, and I am only a government servant interested in materialistic activities. Indeed, I am the lowest among men of the fourth caste. You do not fear the Vedic injunctions stating that you should not associate with a Shudra. You are not contemptuous of my touch, although in the Vedas you are forbidden to associate with Shudras. The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mamhi partha vyapashritya yepi supapayonaya sriyo vaishas tata shudras tepi yanti paramgatim. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, as well as Shudras, can attain the supreme destination. The word papayonaya means born into a lower class. According to the Vedic system of classification, women, Vaishyas, and Shudras belong to a lower social order. A low life means a life without Krishna consciousness. High and low positions in society are calculated by considering a person's Krishna consciousness. A Brahmana is considered to be on the highest platform because he knows Brahman, the absolute truth. The second caste, the Kshatriya caste, also know Brahman, but not as well as the Brahmanas. The Vaishyas and Shudras do not clearly understand God consciousness, but if they take to Krishna consciousness, by the mercy of Krishna and the spiritual master, they do not remain in the lower caste, Papayona. It is clearly stated, Tepi yanti parangatim. Unless one has attained the highest standard of life, one cannot return home back to Godhead. One may be a Shudra, Vaishya, or woman, but if one is situated in the service of the Lord in Krishna consciousness, one should not be considered Stri, Shudra, Vaishya, or lower than Shudra. Though a person may be from a low-born family, if he is engaged in the Lord's service, he should never be considered to belong to a low-born family. The Padma Purana forbids, Vikshate jati samanya sayati narakam dhruvam. A person goes to hell quickly when he considers a devotee of the Lord in terms of birth. Although Sri Ramananda Roy supposedly took birth in a Shudra family, he is not to be considered a Shudra, for he was a great advanced devotee. Indeed, he was on the transcendental platform. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore embraced him. Out of spiritual humility, Sri Ramananda Roy presented himself as a Shudra. Raja Sevi Vishaya Shudra Dhamma. Even though one may engage in government service or in any other pounds, shillings, pence business, in short, in materialistic life, he need only take to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is a very simple process. One need only chant the holy names of the Lord and strictly follow the principles forbidding sinful activity. In this way, one can no longer be considered an untouchable, a Vishayi or a Shudra. And in government service, and men engage in materialistic activity for sense gratification, or in the service of others. Such men are considered Vishayis, materialistic. It is said, Niskinchanasya bhagavad bhajano mukhasya param param jigamashur bhavasagarasya sandarshanam vishayinam atayoshitam cha ha hanta hanta vishabhakshanatobhya sadhu. A person who is very seriously engaged in cultivating devotional service with a view to crossing the ocean of nescience and who has completely abandoned all material activities should never see a Shudra, a Vaishya, or a woman. Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.23. And here's the last verse I'm going to read. You are the Supreme Personality of God in Himself. Therefore, no one can understand your purpose. By your mercy, you are touching me, although this is not sanctioned by the Vedas. Purport, a sannyasi is strictly forbidden to see the Vishayis, the materialistic people. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his boundless and causeless mercy, could show favor to anyone, regardless of birth and position. I really like the play. It's very well done. Yeah. The map as a single prop, and of course those little signs. It was impressive, and just the progression that you indicated, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu starting on one section and then the triumphs that he had going all the way, gave a shortened version of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it was very satisfying. I think it was very well done. Did you write that? Very good. Very nice. And how was today? It's all right? Did you have any takeaways? Any reflections? Yes.
Hey Krishna. So today me and Aditi were talking on the bus, and she was just like, on the way back, she was saying, the ocean looks as if it's never gonna end. And it kind of reminded me of, you were saying, but it does end, at the end it does end. And it reminded me of
happiness and distress in this material world. It's just, it seems so never ending, and then it ends. And I was like, okay, so this kind of related to the point Chapula Sukha that you were talking in the morning. And I was like, wow. And then I realized, okay, so now we're in this material miseries that seem like they're never going to end. So what are we supposed to do? And then right now, we're reading from 11th chapter, and over here it says, I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. So Krishna is just there. So I was actually doing a sketch like a couple of days ago. And I was looking for, so it was basically a sketch of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jumping out of the ocean. And I was looking for a shloka that would work with ocean and like misery and something like that. And I found Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Gita Mala song that I really liked. And he says, we have committed so many sins that we've fallen in this ocean of birth and death. And when we're actually in trouble and we call out to someone to help us, no one helps us but Sri Krishna. And I felt like this was like a full 180 circle moment for me. So from drawing to like this morning's lecture to 11th chapter, and now this shloka again, it just kind of circled. And I really like that. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. QV. And in the next iteration of this sharing, I'm going to start calling on people.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So when I was on the bus to Kumar Kshetram, I was the devil's advocate about a person being the atheist and a person being the Vaishnavas. And I guess Hadai play as the atheist, he gave very good points since he's very well knowledge about verses. And I was thinking about Hadai very good points and my fate, because I was thinking about my fate. Yo, I don't really have much faith in my fate. I don't know what to do. And I was thinking about it. And then I didn't know what to think because I feel like my fate was tested. Yeah, I guess.
Kaviraj Goswami discusses this in the Adi Leela of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Siddhanta bolya chitanakara alash, iha hoite Krishna lage sudra manash. He says that one should not be lazy about controversial subjects, because we're working by hearing the Shastra and practicing to come to a siddhanta, which means to be very clear about the logic of there being a Supreme Personality of Godhead, what He is, also what He's not, and what our relationship with Him is. And when we have that through discussion, through not exactly debate, but these kind of sparring sessions where you challenge ideas, challenge your own ideas, and then you're left sometimes in a state that you're describing where you feel a little bit knocked back and you're kind of hungry. And that's a good place to be in, because hearing and chanting often brings up more questions than it answers. And that puts you in a state of readiness to hear those answers, because you feel unstable without them. And the answers are all there. Like when you learn a musical instrument, did your teacher ever tell you that you have to practice at least half hour a day, otherwise don't come back? Yes. Really? Pretty intense teacher. And if you've ever had a week where you goofed off and you didn't do it, when you go back to your teacher, you really don't have any questions. But if you work hard and you do your half hour a day, inevitably when you go back, you're going to have questions. And the teacher knows also. If you don't have any questions, he or she will say, oh, you didn't practice, did you? So the same way, these are important states to be in where we feel a little bit unstable. Because then, when we come to the answers, which you will as you continue to hear and chant, or when you find a competent person and you say, what about this? And then you get the perfect answer. It fills in part of your repertoire so that you become fortified more and more. And this is the difference. There are various classifications of advancement in devotional service. There's the Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttam. All it means is beginning, middle, and upper. But there are unlimited gradations within those also. Like there are Kanishta Kanishtas, and Madhyam Kanishtas, and Uttam Kanishtas. Fill in the rest, you can do the math on your own. And in one description of these levels, the Kanishta Adhikari has Komal Shraddha, which means, Komal is like when a little sprout comes up, it's very delicate, so you have to protect it a little bit. And it's described there that faith is a little bit tender. So a Kanishta Adhikari, when hearing atheistic arguments, can sometimes be bewildered for a little while before the faith comes back. The designation between a Kanishta Adhikari and a Madhyama Adhikari is that the Madhyama Adhikari has very firm faith and is not dissuaded by various arguments, but also is not expert in Shastra, doesn't know how it all fits together, and is not able to come up with logical replies to atheistic arguments. But the Uttama Adhikari has firm faith and also has Shastric reference. It's called Shastra Sunipuna, which means a kind of a 1600 on your SAT, but only in Shastra. Knows how it all fits together and has these logical arguments. So whatever position one's in, that's fine. We just make advancement from there by hearing chanting. It's very purposeful, actually. It's for our edification as we hear chant together and churn these topics more and more. It's natural that you'll fill in a lot of these gaps that you may have. And I commend you for entering into a debate on the bus and for continuing to hear and chant, because that's the way to make advancement. Very nicely done.
Yeah, I was also thinking like the only reason why I'm not like leaving is because of those people. They're making me like have a desire to stay, make myself better, and further my bhakti, I guess.
That's important, because it's by association with devotees that we're able to stay steady in devotional service and make advancement. And it's inevitable that by continuing in the association with devotees, you'll make regular progress. Yes. Along with us.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Earlier in your class, between the morning and afternoon at Guru Kshetra, I was noticing when you mentioned that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had two instructions for the Kurma Brahmana, which was one to chant Hare Krishna and two to teach it to others. And then you also mentioned that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that instruction to Vasudev and Tapana Mishra. And so I just thought it was very interesting how he doubled down on that idea and gave the same instruction, although it was seemingly very simple, but he said it to three different people. And so I thought that was very powerful.
It is. And Prabhupada often gave that answer too. You'll find several references in the database when devotees ask Prabhupada questions, and Prabhupada said it's the same old answer. Chant Hare Krishna. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janaya Yashivaya Ragyam Jnanam Shayaraitukam. By performing direct devotional service, one naturally gets knowledge and detachment from the world. To the point of the saturation of devotional service. In the example given by Haviyogendra, Bhakti Parishanu Bhavo Viraktir Anyata Traishatrika Ekakala Prapadya Manasa Yatashna Tasush Tushti Pushti Shud Apayonugasam. He gives this example that performing devotional service is like eating. When you're hungry and you eat, you get nourishment, satisfaction, and your hunger goes away. Similarly, when you're in the process of surrendering to Krishna, then you get bhakti, sense of ever-increasing devotion. Anurag, you see Krishna directly for yourself. And thirdly, you become detached from all things that aren't related to Krishna. And in this analogy, you may think, well, when I eat food, I get to a certain point where I'm not hungry anymore. And if somebody says, do you want more? You'd say, no, I don't want any more. And this is where Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur or Jiva Goswami, I can't remember which, mentions that analogies aren't necessarily perfect. They're very useful, but not necessarily perfect. And in this analogy, there's a slight anomaly in that although you become nourished, satisfied by hearing and chanting and surrendering to Krishna, there is no point in which you become full and you don't want to hear and chant anymore. With food, that's the case. But with hearing and chanting, although your hunger is being satisfied, you're still hungry for more. So that's one of the signs of advancement in devotional service is hearing and chanting and then having a taste in such a way that you want to hear more and you want to chant more. And that's all for today. How do you feel about the yatra so far? Are you able to sense that you're on a spiritual journey?
Yes.
I feel like that too. It seems effortless in a way because when we go to these temples, everyone's so accommodating and Krishna's so accommodating. He just invites us in. And they're great for book distribution, right? Haribol. And it seems so different chanting in the Dham when people stop and appreciate and distributing books also. So we're going onward tomorrow, which is what yatris do. We keep moving from camp to camp. And I look forward to continuing this reading of Ramananda Roy because it's famous and it's where we're going. We're going to visit the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Ramananda Roy. So there's some logistics for tomorrow, and Divyanam Prabhu will tell us what's happening.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, thank you, Maharaj, for this evening. Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful day today. Although long, but it was still very blissful when we arrived at the temple. And my sincere apologies about the glitches with the second bus. So we had to wait long and that delayed us by 45 minutes today. We are working to do our best once again to see if it arrives tomorrow, so we are hopeful it will, both the buses. Well, you know what, a trip without those glitches is not a trip either. It doesn't make it, it makes it more exciting. So, but we don't want to make it too exciting either because then we miss out on going to the places on time. So let's see, tomorrow hopefully we'll have the buses on time. So this is for tomorrow. One thing before we get to tomorrow, please make sure if you've not collected your t-shirts, a reflection book,
and a songbook. Please do it tonight because we don't want to try and carry a lot of things if you have not yet taken. So take one. And also there are few devotees who could not come, and if you know them and they live in your town, please collect it for them as well, because we ordered it for everyone, so we want to make sure it gets to them. So please collect it on their behalf, and especially the t-shirt and the hat, so that they're able to get that souvenir even though they could not come to the yatra. So if you could please do that. If not, I can share the names with you on the group, and then you can tell me if you know these devotees. So that's one. Second, tomorrow morning when you check out, please bring the keys and hand it to the security. Very important. Don't leave the keys in the room, and bring it to the security and give it to the person outside who will be there. And so tomorrow, as Maharaj said, we are going to Rajamandri. I was reading today about this place, and I came to know that like how Vrindavan is dear to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and similarly, the place we're going tomorrow is as good as Vrindavan, because there in Vrindavan, the nectarian pastimes were enacted, but the philosophy was discussed in Godavari river. So some of our acharyas have compared the river Godavari in a way to Yamuna because of those pastimes actually, although it's an offshoot of river Ganga, but just because of that beautiful confluence of those pastimes of Shri Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that comparison has been drawn. So tomorrow we get an opportunity to go to that place. So this is the schedule for tomorrow, dear devotees. So tomorrow we will begin our morning with Make Japa Great Again. We'll meet here at 5:45 a.m. And after 15 minutes or so with Guru Maharaj, we'll walk down to the beach and come back at 6:45. And then everybody can go up to their rooms and bring their bags down at 7:15. So you have half an hour to go up, get your bags together, bring them down. The buses will arrive, if they arrive. The buses will arrive outside at 7:15. Just here we've requested to bring them in so we can load the bags directly into the buses. And then we'll come back in here for the breakfast at 7:30 a.m. And then at 8:15 we will start boarding the buses, and 8:25 we will leave, Krishna willing. 8:25 we will leave for Rajamandri. It's about 3.5 hours, but we have factored 4 hours with everything what's going on at the moment. So we'll arrive at 12:30 at the hotel, and the lunch prasadam will be ready. The lunch prasadam is being cooked by the devotees of ISKCON in Rajamandri. They'll bring it over to the hotel for us. So we'll have lunch first. By 1:30 your rooms will be ready. You can check in, rest, freshen up, and 3:20 come back down to board the buses where we are going to go to this Gosha Pada Ghat. This is the exact location where what our teachers or the seniors or the devotees have told us, where Raya Ramananda Raya met with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's on the bank of Godavari river. We'll take an achman there, because with these many devotees, we do not know the logistics of that place. And then we'll hear the katha. That's all we're going to do tomorrow, achman and katha by the banks of beautiful Godavari river. And next day, we are going to go to Raya Ramananda Gaudiya Math temple and other places around the same place. I need to just clarify a few details with Maharaj, and I'll share them tomorrow for day after tomorrow. So that is the plan for tomorrow. And then if it gets darker, there is some light we have available, but we'll come back to the hotel. And we also have a hall. So before the dinner, hopefully if there is time allows, we can have a couple of showcases, because I know we got to factor 10 of them, and hopefully 1 or 2 bhajans with Guru Maharaj if the time allows. So that will be the plan for tomorrow evening. But I'll confirm the plan for the bhajan and the coming back to the hotel. And and then dinner at the hotel at 7 o'clock. Some of you must be wondering what's happening to the flight in between. So I just wanted to quickly mention that there's been a change in our itinerary. When we leave Rajamandri, we were supposed to fly via Chennai and get to Trichy. And we were supposed to leave on 12:30 as per the itinerary, but that's not happening now. So we will be leaving the hotel at 5:45 in the morning and our flight is at 8:30 in the morning going to Hyderabad. So we land in Hyderabad at 9:40 and we have a 6.5 hours of transit time. But we are coming out of the airport and we are going to go and see this beautiful place of Ramanujacharya. and a nice prasadam, and we'll have katha from Maharaj, and it's only 15 minutes away from airport. So the buses, everything is being arranged. Our luggage will be checked in all the way to Trichy. So we have added another city as a pleasant surprise for all of you. You can thank Indigo Airline for that one. So I just wanted to clear that confusion as to what's happening, where are we flying, and all of that. So that's the plan. Does anybody have any questions, or have I missed anything? Vindarika, Harai Pran? Yes, Prabhu. Will there be any opportunities to book tomorrow? Absolutely, yeah. So tomorrow, when we go to Godavari, that place, we should always carry the books, even the stop we are going to have on the way, which we will have one break. So absolutely, Prabhu, there'll always be an opportunity for books. Yeah. So you have already books packed, and then we'll make them available tomorrow. Yes, Prabhu.
During Japa, will there be time for a beach Japa walk?
I think we're doing that, right, Maharaj? Is that okay to go?
Do you want to?
I did mention 6 o'clock we'll walk. If that's is that okay?
Is there any tarp we could put down so we don't have to stand?
Yes, Maharaj. We can. I'll ask the temple permission, and we'll take these from here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will. Anybody else? Anything? I think that's it, Guru Maharaj, for tomorrow.
What's the number of the Kurma verse from this morning? 12 something?
13:2.
12:13:2. We're just going to finish by singing this last verse as an end to the day. That's at 12. I see. 13:2. Would you like to sing this as a final captain day? Because it was so nice. We'll read the translation first, together. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as Lord Kurma, a tortoise, his back was scratched by the sharp-edged stones lying on massive whirling Mount Mandara. And this scratching made the Lord sleepy. May you all be protected by the winds caused by the Lord's breathing in this sleepy condition. Ever since that time, even up to the present day, the ocean tides have imitated the Lord's inhalation and exhalation by piously coming in and going out. Rishte Brahmyadanandamandavadiri Ravagrakandu Jana Niralokamake Bhagavata Shvasanila Samskara Kalanuvartanavasa Devani Menamasa Yata Yata Matanvitam Dhamavide Natya Vivisvande Yata Yata Matanvitam Dhamavide Nadyati Vishram Yati Shri Kurmadev Ki Jai Premanande. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Kurmadev, if you so desire, please lift us out of the material world by the transcendental sound vibration of your holy names and pastimes, and let us eternally reside in the association of devotees, and please empower us in that association to expand the Sankirtan movement all over the world, using whatever strength we have in our body for the highest service offered to us through the Guru Parampara. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpavrisha kripa sindhavevacha patitanam bhavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti vaishnaviniki jai. Gaur Premanande Haribol.